I don't like the way this lens makes me look. So a lot of people have been asking for an update on my writing, how things have been going, what I'm working on, etc., etc. So let me go ahead and give you guys this writing update. So I'm not big into writing contests, or the screenwriting contests, I should say. I think that most of them are just money grabs. They don't really do anything for the winners. I guess you get bragging rights and you can say, hey, I won the West Palm Beach screenplay competition. But really, what will that do for you? Are you going to get representation? Someone going to option your script? I don't. But there are a few screenwriting competitions that are, recognized, as being like legit. They're the real deal, the cream of the crop, and people do get some sort of recognition, some sort of, benefit from placing or just doing well in these competitions. So this year I decided to enter 2 of them. I entered the Final Draft Big Break contest, and I also entered the Nicholl Fellowship. Wow, okay. And I also entered the Nicholl Fellowship, which is administered by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. So you definitely know, like, that's the real deal. This is my second time entering the Nicholl Fellowship. I entered back in 2018. And, even though I didn't place or anything, what I liked about the experience was I got notes from the readers, and the notes were really helpful. And I wanted that, that kind of like professional kind of feedback again. So I entered Nicholl Fellowship to get feedback or whatever on the script. And of course, the script that I submitted to both of these contests was Chomp. The thing about Chomp is Chomp has gone through so many drafts right now. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. That the draft that I submitted to the Nicholl Fellowship is vastly different from the present draft of Chomp. Probably like 2 or 3 drafts ago. So, in any case, haven't heard from Final Draft. I think that maybe next month they announce the winners or like whatever. But not too long ago, we got notification about who moved on to the semifinals for the Nicholl Fellowship. Chomp did not advance to the semifinals. They sent me a nice rejection letter, which read, Dear Jay, we've arrived at the next stage of the 2020 Academy Nicholl Fellowships competition. Sadly, though, not everyone is able to advance into the next round of competition. Regrettably, Chomp was not one of the 365 entries selected as a quarterfinalist. So not semifinal, quarterfinal. I didn't make it to the quarterfinals. They did go on, however, to say, your script received 2 positive scores from first round readers. If you elected to receive reader comments, those could offer a glimpse of how at least 2 readers responded to your script. So I'm looking forward to getting those comments. I won't get those comments for a few more weeks. But yeah, I am looking forward to them because I want to see what they have to say. Now, to be completely honest, I wasn't expecting to place, in the Nicholl Fellowship. Because it's hosted by the Academy, I have the feeling that they're looking for those kind of like Oscar bait scripts. I could be totally wrong, but that's my feeling. And Chomp is not an Oscar bait script. It is a straight up B-movie, horror comedy, full of gore and bad words. It's not meant to be a prestige picture. So I really didn't think that, this would be like the Nicholl Fellowship's cup of tea, because it's more like, a glass of Hennessy on the rocks, but still Hennessy. Even though I didn't expect to place or anything like that, I was a little bummed out. I feel like you can't help but to be bummed out when you enter a contest and then you get the notification that says, no, you weren't good enough, so, you win nothing. You get nothing. Good day. I said good day, sir. It kind of, hit me in the chest a little bit. And then to pour just a little salt in the wound. One of my fellow writers in my writers group did advance. And he's a super talented writer. I haven't read this script that advanced, but I have read some of his work, and he's super talented, and I'm very happy for him. I guess that, lets me know that I'm in good company, in a writer's group with someone who, whose work did advance, to the quarterfinals of the Nicholl Fellowship. Then at least I'm surrounding myself with the right people. But again, it's just that feeling that your shit wasn't good enough. So there's that. Speaking of the writer's group and Chomp, I was feeling good about where I was with the script. Probably on like 10th or 11th draft, right? Our writing mentor, he, in one of our recent meetings, he was just like, look, I'm just going to be honest with some of y'all, we gotta work. What the fuck is y'all doing? We gotta work. And, I was given, some notes, some general notes. But I reached out to my mentor and I was just like, can you give me just a little more guidance, a little more, kind of like what I should do, where I should go with this. And he gave me some notes, he gave me some feedback. And I'm not going to lie, like after getting that feedback, it really just took the wind out of my sails. I was just like, all right. And the issue is, I feel like that I've gotten away from the story I wanted to tell. Like I've been working on this script in an effort to make it saleable, make it attractive to producers or, agents, managers who may want to represent me, people that will look at my work and say, yes, this kid Jay has what it takes. Let's hire him to write, our idea, or let's hire him for our TV show, or let's buy his script and make that, whatever. My goal in writing Chomp was to write something that would show that I can get the job done. Essentially like my resume and job interview, I guess. It's an example of my work, of my talent, right? But after getting the notes back and everything, just really thinking about it, I'm just like, what am I doing? Is this even the script that I should be writing? Should I write something else? If this is the script I should be writing, should I go in another direction? But what is that direction? Because I've been working on this script for 2 fucking years. And I really do feel like I've given it my all, that I've poured so many ideas into it and revised and reworked and done so much. And I can hear folks now saying, well, that's the industry. That's, writing is rewriting, and that's what you're going to have to do, if you get hired. See, therein lies the fucking difference. If a producer or a studio or, whomever, if someone hires me to work on a script, that means they're paying me. And so if that is my job, it's to work on the script, I'll work on the script all fucking day for however long it takes to get it right. Right now, I'm not getting paid to write this. I'm doing it, for the love of the craft and all of that, and to create something that will get me noticed. But because I'm not being paid to write this, I have to do something else to get paid, which is my day job. So 8 hours a day on that, at my day job. And then we're living in a fucking pandemic, and not to use that as an excuse, but that fucked me up. This situation is fucking me up. It's made it hard to concentrate, made it hard to create. So it's just like, it's not the easiest thing in the world to sit down at my laptop and try to write a screenplay, knowing that we're living in the midst of a fucking pandemic. Other people have been able to work and do, whatever. My boy in the writers group who advanced to the quarterfinals of the Nicholl Fellowship, he's been creating some amazing shit. I love reading his work. So maybe the pandemic isn't hitting him, the same way it's hitting me. So, it's just a lot of shit. And I'm just I just don't know where the fuck to go. And just to share with y'all just a couple of things, a lot of the feedback that I've gotten from my writers group is just well, I want to know more about, the villains, the monsters. And I finally had to just send out an email that said, guys, maybe I shouldn't say this, but it's the truth. I don't give a fuck about the villains. I'm trying to tell the story of my protagonist and his struggle to survive. So it is what it is. I just feel like the story is getting away from me. I'm not writing what I want to write, the story that I want to write, rather. It's problematic. So I'm just very fucking frustrated with writing these days, and I'm very sure that I'll get over it. But right now, I'm very much in the fog of frustration. We shall see. We'll see what the universe has in store for me. I believe things will work out, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe this isn't even the track I should be taking. maybe I should do something else in order to get noticed, get my name out there, whatever. So yeah, kids, that is the writing update. That's what's going on with me.